today. I want to show you how to do a beetle, but we're going to do a beetle in a really cool kind of creative way, and we're going to use ink. So you could use a biro, like a Bic biro. You could use a felt tip. Depends what you're going to colour it with, because if you're colouring it with colouring in pencils, felt tip's fine. But if you're colouring it in with watercolour pencils, you're going to need a pen that's water resistant, basically, so a marker. But if you're a bit unsure, I would let's start with a pencil. So we can go over it with pen. So we're going to do a pencil. I might just do it for you. Hang on. I'm going to do it with a different colour so you know that I'm doing it with red, but you need to do it with a pencil. So what you need is a lead pencil, piece of paper that's landscape. I'm just going to do it in red to begin, just to show you. So all you're going to need first of all is, we are going to do a rainbow. So just do a rainbow in the middle of your page, and just don't worry if it's too small or too big. Just do kind of a rainbow it's almost the size of my hand in some ways. Then we're going to do this. We're going to go round. So think about Easter egg. You're doing this in a pencil. And I'm just going to go round a bit more just so I can get the shape I want. So it's like a big egg, if you think of it like that. And then what you're going to do is just another rainbow there on top. Doesn't matter if it's completely not in the middle. And then another rainbow there. So it's like you've got two rainbows that are small on top of the big rainbow. That's an egg. Okay, so all you have to do now is, I want you to create the whole body with all the design. I'm just going to show you. I don't think I'm going to colour it in. I keep saying I'm not going to colour things in, but I like the idea of keeping things black and white sometimes because it looks really cool. And you can colour them in at a later stage. You could photocopy this if it's not too big, and you can just do colouring in all the time. So at the end, I'm going to go like a V shape. And then we're going to do this. We're going to just trying to think what I did. I can't remember now. We're going to start off with the top. Let's start with the top. So we've got the little curly bits. So you've got one there. One there. Now I'm going to make these chunky. Make them chunky. And then I'm going to do dots at the end, because what I'm trying to do is, it's a decorative picture. Decorative means it just looks really nice. And then we're going to come from here, and we're going to go raw. At the end, can you see I did a bobble? So raw, I did a bobble. And then I'm going to make these into something different. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go up, up, and then I can do the same with this one. Doesn't have to be the same as the other one. It could be slightly different, as long as you've got a pattern or a design. And then I want to do legs, but first of all I'm going to go 1, 2. Then underneath, 1, 2. So think about, these are the starts of the legs. This here, you're going to start from there and you're going to go 12. 12. And this is going to be chunky. So everything you draw is going to have a thickness to it. So this one, go up, and this is going to have a thickness to it as well. So like that. Then what you want to do is just here, we're going to go 1, 2. And then at the bottom, just here, 1, 2. Now, this is going to look more like a beetle now, because we're going to have lots of different patterns and colours. So coming from here, you're going to do this. You're going to go C for cat, tummy with a capital D. Then you're going to go out. Then you're going to go out. So this is now the legs, and they're going to be quite thick. So you're going to touch that bit, and you're going to do this. So it's thick, but then it goes out to nothing. So you do this. As long as you've got a pointy bit at the end, something like that is fine. They remind me a little of bull horns. And I'm just gonna, you can decorate it however you like. And then what we want to do is these legs coming out here. So you're just going to touch the knobbly bit and go down. Touch the knobbly bit, go down. This doesn't have to be too curved. We're just going to go out to nothingness. Out to nothingness. Don't worry if it looks strange, because it's all about pattern and design. So now what I'm going to do is put some lines here. This is a nice thing actually to do on a cover of a book, or just something where you want it to look intricate and really nice. Intricate means quite detailed. So here, I quite like the idea of going to touch that bit there, and we're going to go up in the middle. So up in the middle, and then I'm going to go round. Can you see I'm doing like it's almost like a border. Then if I wanted to, I'm going to do a heart shape inside. So it's going to be 1, 2. It could be any design. You do not have to do this design. You could do any design. I'm just going to make mine up. I'm literally going to make it up. So I'm going to say, oh, I want to go around like this. That's going to go up here. I'm going to do like a triangle bit there. All you're doing is you're filling shapes. So if you've got a space, you fill it with some shapes that you like. So look, I'm just literally doing whatever I like. Gonna do some lines there. Pause the video if this is a little bit tricky and you just need to see what I've done. But just remember, it's your design, so you can do anything. I love swirls. So I can do a swirl there. Swirl there. Maybe I'll do a line. Then I'll do a swirl that does that. And then I can make this thicker. And then just line there, lots of bobbles. Can you see how I just made that up? It wasn't even a design that exists. I just made it up because I liked it. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for something where once you've done it in pencil and you're like, yeah, I like what I've done there. I like what I've done. You can then think, right, I'm going to go over it now with a black marker. So as I say, use a felt tip if you're not putting water when you colour it. If you're not colouring it in, doesn't matter what you use. You could do coloured felt tips. You could do black outline of lots of different colours. That would look amazing. So I am going to go over everything now with black felt tip. So as I say, you could do a marker if you're going to use paint. But you want to do something where it's a nice black pen and it just, even a biro, as long as it goes around everything. And I'm gonna, this is an awesome thing to do because it's very relaxing. Because once you've done things, you can add other bits. So can you see what I'm adding? I'm just kind of adding extras, and it wasn't even there before, but I like to add things. I find this like super relaxing. I've always liked it when I was small, just sitting there and just doodling. If you notice, sometimes your parents might be on the phone and they might be doodling on a piece of paper, because I always used to do that. Still do it actually. So what you're trying to do with this black is just make everything stand out and add things as you're doing it. The felt tip was running out a little bit. Can you see how awesome it looks? It looks like a henna. If you've ever seen henna tattoos, it reminds me of that. And what's nice is as you're going over the lines, you can decide if you want to get rid of something. So if you go over it and you think, I didn't like that, you can just rub it out. Just wondering what we should put on this bit. Quite like the idea of zigzags. And then I've gone over the line a bit, it's okay. Can you see how awesome it looks? Because it's a lot more dark. Quite like the idea of doing that. I don't know why. It looks reminds me of a frog. So as you're adding things in, you can decide if you want to keep some things or rub some stuff out. I really like having a lot of the lines. It's not the quietest colouring in, is it, that I've done? So if you look this side and you look the other side, this side looks more detailed. Obviously I've gone over the line a bit wrong there, but never mind. Kind of looks quite nice like that actually, doesn't it? So we'll just go over all of it just so you can see. It's nice to do this on your homework journal if you're allowed, because when I was in secondary school we were allowed to decorate the front of our books, and it was really nice to do things like this. But sometimes you're not allowed, so you got to double check. You don't want to be doing this, and then you get told off. It won't be very good. Quite like. Can you see? I'm just adding things in. I could be here forever doing it, just because it's quite fun. Okay, so once you've done that, if you wanted to, you could do leaves behind it. So it could be on a bed of. It could be a massive flower. You could just exaggerate the design and do more. So don't feel that you need to stop there. You could just add whatever you like. I just love making things up. I just think it's really fun because it's your picture, so you can do whatever you like. So that could be black and white, and you could do a colour background. That is what I'm going to do now. But if you wanted to, colour each thing in. It would look amazing, absolutely amazing to colour it all in. I'm literally going to, wondering if I'm going to do paint. I think I am, you know. I'm going to get my paint pot with my water, and I'm going to colour. What colour should I do? I think I want a blue. Just trying to find my paint. I'm going to get a blue and purple, and they're just poster paints from the works. They're not even that brilliant, you know, they're not very high quality. And I'm just going to, and it depends how you apply it. So I'm doing that, and the ends I'm not going to do. So I'm going to do one, leave a gap. I think if you're leaving the beetle black and white, it's nice to frame it in a colour, isn't it? Quite like the idea of green as well, but I'm going to do purple just because I don't often do purple, do I? Whew. Quite like making it look like a petal. You know how the ends, you can't see the ends. I love this brush. It's a flat-headed square brush, but it really helps when I'm doing the detail. You wouldn't think so, would you? Because it's such a big one, but it helps when I get in between the gaps. I can't do a blue or a purple there because I've kind of ruined my sequence of colours. But what I might do is half of one. I might do a blue and half of one there, because it doesn't matter. Okay, right. Once I have done that, I quite like the idea of doing a bit of blue. Where is it? There, because it was quite a big one, wasn't it, on its own? Okay, now I'm going to rinse out, and I'm going to get a purple. So these are cheap poster paints. So you could use any colours. You could do it with watercolour, pencils, chalks. You could literally do it with whatever you... I think I've done the same here as well. You know how I've missed out a petal? It's alright, I don't think it matters, does it? So what I'm doing here, the reason why I'm colouring the outline, do you like the way I'm just quite like that? I'm just doing the, it goes out to nothingness almost there, I quite like that. I'm doing it not super neat, so you have to do yours neat if you can. But the reason why I'm doing colour behind the actual beetle is it makes it stand out. Okay, so that's as far as I'd want to go with my colour, if I'm honest. But what I might want to do is just outline, possibly with, I could do it with paint, couldn't I? But you could outline, you know, the petals with some paint, just so it looks, so it stands out. But for some reason, I kind of just want to keep it there. I like the idea of these bits though, just being a bit darker. So I've mixed the two colours together. So I've got blue and purple together, just making it darker when you hit the bug, because it will make the bug stand out a little bit more, the beetle. Okay guys, so that is pretty much it. I mean, I could literally go on and on and on and on and just put more there and add bits and get some chalk and just everything else, but I'm going to leave it there because it's up to you how you want to sort of colour it in. Because if I wanted to, I could take two of these colours that are chalk and I could just start colouring away, and then I could outline it in black at the end.